Hello everybody, welcome to the final practice session for the 2022 Le Mans 24-hour race, of course, the 90th running of this great race. This is it then, the last one, 2 hours, and it all takes place under the lights. At the end of this, that's it. Nothing on Friday, that's the town square driver briefing. Saturday morning, you get 15 minutes of running, and then we'll go. Here's the car. All ready to head out onto the circuit as well, just in the pit lane as well. Track temperature, 27.1 degrees, humidity 56%, wind speed 4.7 kilometers an hour, and air temperature at 20.4 as well, looking extremely good. It's extremely cold, actually, in this commentary box, and surprisingly enough, it set my nose off, which is always fun, isn't it? 3 minutes to go until the session's underway, 2 minutes 20 to be precise. Up here as well in the com box, we can hear both that of Radio Le Mans and that of the world feed. So we'll keep up to date with you throughout the weekend with exactly what we need to keep an eye on. But we've got full timing screens as well to deliver everything. And yeah, we're all set, ready to go. And fingers crossed it's going to be quite an interesting one. Josh Plays will be joining me in the box shortly, as well, he knew. But he'll be in and around as well, hopefully with the timing screens working correctly in a few minutes' time. Let's say good morning to Radio Le Mans as we've got 2 minutes to go.
Just over 20 degrees Celsius in the air, 27 on the track. The humidity is hanging around 56%. Wind is low, though, which is good because the campers out there don't want that. Tomorrow, a high of 24, partially cloudy. Should be beautiful weather for Le Mans.
And that is the weather forecast then from Le Mans, as I've got like a lump in my throat as well, so I'm going to have a quick swing of this. And try and clear the voice as we're going to get ready. Checker flag coming out then. Stand by for the action here at Le Mans, a 13.6 kilometre circuit as well, 60 seconds to get going. Josh Plays he's already in the chat there saying, hey, who's ready? I think we're all ready for this one as well. It's going to be an absolute cracker. This one, the night just beginning to roll in as well. If I look outside my commentary box window, it's a similar condition. It's still light out as well here in the UK. It looks mega over there in France as well. The sunset is in around about 27 minutes as well before we get going. There is the number 7 Toyota. We'll start second on the grid for tomorrow's, for Saturday's race as well. The number 8 Toyota taking pole position as well with Brendan Hartley. And we are almost set to go then for all of this. Eduardo Freitas is about to give us the countdown for the Le Mans 24-hour final practice session to get going as well. Green light, and away we go. Let's listen to that of Eduardo Freitas.
Andy, who's product placement, happy to be in Corvette. And
no Eduardo. Interesting. Green flag, and away we go. At the end of the pit lane then, the fourth and final practice session is underway. No Eduardo Freitas calling us in there. That's unusual. But this is the last 2 hours of free practice as well. It's also the last one at night. So everyone's going to head out there onto the circuit, get their night laps in order to qualify for the race. You have to do a minimum of 15 laps at night. 5, of course, if you're a rookie. But you've got to get them in. And they've got 4 hours of that to do so. They had 2 hours of end practice yesterday. They've got 2 hours here today as well. So I think I'll take that. It's pretty much a good solution on my mind as to have the battery power as the cars are exiting the track as well. You can see the order of the pit lane then coming through. Anthony Davidson's on the world feed as well, just waiting for some interviews to come through. But think we've got a look at what happened on the pole time as well with the video coming through. We're just waiting for that to load up from the 24 hours as well. It's a very dusty circuit at the moment as well. It's bringing up a lot of dust down into the chicane area at Daytona, with the gravel trap playing a factor as well earlier on today. But looks mighty good, impressive at the moment. Let's say hello to Radio Le Mans again. They've got some
All
info.
about the team. It's about the mechanics. It's about the engineers. It's about all the hard work that's gone into this, reaching this point, and the drivers at this point now. And they all know that, the experienced guys, including Nick. They put their ego in their back pocket, and then they go to work.
And Paul Trustwell.
And as we still looking at there as well, we've got an hour and 58 to go. Just trying to get Discord operational, but it doesn't want to work with me. However, we are almost there, which is good news. Radio Le Mans in one ear, World Feed in the other. Josh Plays will be coming over all of the radio shortly, but it's being a pain. And the reason we're on the battle screen at the moment is because Monitor 2 is just being adjusted at the moment for TweetDeck to get the second commentator in on the action. But Joe Bradley's down in the pits. Let's listen to him.
64, Nick Tandy's just jumped in. 63 in the background, just pulling away, stalled. Just let that music play out. It's going to be Nick Tandy. So Paul he's obviously been listening to what Paul Trussell has to say, and I haven't been able to ask him the question, but whatever the answer is, it's being addressed, Paul. And he's in the car. He's going to cover that final fifth qualifying lap, I would say.
Excellent. The other ones which are more significant and we do need to keep an eye on are basically cars that had problems during yesterday's session. First of all, we've got the number 43 Proton Competition Porsche. None of their three drivers have done any night laps. In fact, none of them have done any laps at all, really, to speak of. That's Michael Fassbender, Matt Campbell, and Zachary Rubichon. They all have to go out and do 5 laps each. And then we also have to have the number 45 Algarve Pro Racing car, because none of their three drivers have done laps either, because both of those cars basically requiring new tubs, so they're brand new cars for both of them.
So my question for you then, by dint of who you didn't mention there, the 13 drivers for the TDS Racing by Valiant, they are all in the clear.
They are, yes.
Okay.
So that's good news then. So they are in the clear. But talking to us live now, hopefully, will be Josh Plays. Josh, can you hear us?
Hello.
Hello. We're about to have the camera working and get you on here as well. It's just got to pop it out and make sure it's not going to be full screen as it wants to be out there. But it's playing up a little bit as well. It's going to take a second here to get working. But delighted to see you, and delighted now to see you on the monitor. Just going to get you there in a second. You looking forward to this last session then here at Le Mans? It's going to be quite a fun one, and hopefully a lot of action we're about to witness out there on the circuit. Give us just a second and we'll get you in.
Hopefully. It's 7:08. Getting some tweaks.
The Gleikenhaus Racing as well taking over on the front there. And hey, presto, if I press this button, there you are. Hello. Yeah, see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil is the word. Hello, Josh. Nice to be finally got you on the camera. Yeah, the boffins have worked it out. That's where the guests will be, just alongside, so it's easy for you to see. TweetDeck still remains at the bottom as well, track data and all that sort of thing as well, so still looks all fun, although they could have done a better thing, because they've cut half of you off out there. For some reason, it's showing the messages. Oh, there we go, the name was there. So, 2 hours, it's still light though. It's lighter now than it was yesterday at the same time, which I find just bizarre, because over there, it's still 10 o'clock in France, but it's brighter the closer we're supposed to get to the solstice in June as well, when it's the longest night. But it's still bone dry. It's sunshine all the way around. So not really a night run at the moment, is it?
Not yet, but in half an hour it will be, as I just get all of my timing screens loaded up. And guess what, Josh?
What?
I have got a circuit map with all of the corner names on.
Handy. I've got one as well. The problem is, I've got a circuit map, but the names aren't on it yet. So I'm having to look up the corner names as well, because I know some of them, but like the Ford Chicane, it all gets very confusing quite quickly.
I have literally just taken a photo of the one that they showed on Eurosport and using that.
That works. That'll do. They sent me that photo, actually, so I can get the corners completely right. And then the Daytona Chicane is one of them as well, down at the back. So all looking fun. An hour 53 to go. loads of action to bring you over the next 2 hours as Jose Maria Lopez is running a lap time. I've just heard the radio come through, so thanks, Josh. Jose Lopez looking good. Richard Mille Racing still out there. Now, some people have done their fast laps and their best laps because it looks like the timing screens have actually repaired themselves to want to work with the total run, which is good news. So someone must have set a best time lap that we're not seeing out there. But, that's a drone. Hey, we just after seen a drone follow Lopez around the Porsche curves, just in a little bit of a back there. So that's an interesting little situation that they've actually got drone cameras. Formula One tried that back in Spain. Worked, but kind of didn't. They are back here in Baku as well. Some of the drone shots, I've been told. So,
Might be a good idea if I turn my mic on, but the drone shots made us a little bit sick.
They did, yeah.
All of the time.
Yeah, so hopefully they've fixed them for tomorrow. Anyway, green times coming on. Jose Maria Lopez goes fastest on the timing screens as well with a 3:31.481. LMP2 Panis Racing 3:35, 3:42 second, but still hypercars have run their course as things currently stand up here in the box anyway. Interesting, actually, from the Inter-Europol Competizione cars as well, with Heimar Hansen at the wheel is in 28th position and still in the pit lane after problems earlier on today. Looking like they're going to remain in there as well. And that is one of the Ferraris being pushed back in. Can't tell which one it is. I think it's the 50. Is it the 50 or 61? 61A, of course, having problems down there on the circuit. And I can tell you that that one is, of course, in the AM class. And it is the Ferrari AF Corsa with Vincent Abril, Conrad Grunwald, and Lewis Pretty in there as well, causing the problems. We had a brief yellow for 4 seconds out on the track. Now we've gone back to green flag running. Let's take a breath as well because it's going to be very chaotic. And your camera's always going to remain stable, but when I sit down, it looks a little bit weird as well because I've got all that space.
I just have to
fall
sit
back a little bit,
because when I'm I have to keep.
We need
one
two
of
cameras.
the things which I just love doing, which you've probably noticed, is moving my camera every single 5 seconds.
Actually, I've had an idea where I can actually put the Discord camera on my laptop, and that can be camera 2 when I'm sat down. But that's an idea I could play with because you're watching Eurosport on the television, aren't you? Not on the Discord server, aren't you?
I'm watching it. So basically, what it is because my monitor, which the camera's on, is blocking the TV.
Oh, so you're watching this?
The main TV. So to see the main TV, I have to be standing up to see it.
Oh, so it's actually handy for you to have this coverage on now.
So
Okay,
the Discord is very handy.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll leave it as it is. Then we'll try that again at another point. Maybe when with an iPad in future, but we'll try alternate camera angles during the broadcast. So it's 24 hours. It can literally just be a play along just to see what technology works as it comes through. But very good first sectors as well from that hypercar with Jose Maria Lopez at the wheel. As we if I open up the battle, you can see it. First sector, 32.926. Second sector, a 120.207. Third sector, 136.3. It was a 331.4. But those first two sectors, mighty quick as well compared to what we saw earlier on in the hyperpole. It's just that third sector. I think they're all backing off. They don't want to set the fastest laps yet. As the 8 car with Sebastian Buemi goes fastest, 330.308, and you can see the difference between the two times as well on the board. So they are starting to slowly come back into the situation there. As I need glasses to see half this because it's so tiny, the writing on the timing screens. I'm sure you get this, Josh, if you look at it. It's so tiny. I need my glasses because I'm short-sighted. So my glasses just sort of focus things for me, and I can actually read the black and white timing screen because this timing screen that you've got as well, it's identical to the one me and Josh have got. Our timing screen is on the wall for you, and what you see is what we see, but we see the bigger screen that we put up sometimes, so it's quite hard to keep an eye out on it. All this information that you've got dotted around is what we work with, but we've got it in a different order. So we've got it as times, then messages on the bottom left, on the bottom right, track temperature. Then we've got the other screen that doesn't really get used that much, which is the session stats as well, which show us how long we've been green and red for. But I don't think that one's actually restarted for a while.
Basically, what I have is over there is TV pictures. There, so straight in front, is main timing screen, and then over that way is the statistics with the yellows, the red, the class leaders.
Yeah, and that's what I've got as well on the laptop, not on the main screen though. Right, can't really do that quite quickly anymore, so that's a shame, but we will have it all. Tom says as well, will you go live on the circuit or this only? On race day, we can when the onboard cameras come on as well for the cars, we can show some of those onboard cameras as well throughout the stream. As things stands right now, we can't, as there's a yellow flag out on the circuit because there isn't that many live cars as well. Oh, Joshua will be back shortly. That's a clever angle. I like that. Yellow flag is out there. So, yes, Tom. It's a LMP2 number 9 that has gone straight on the circuit down. It's the Prima All-Lane team as well with, I think, Colombo at the wheel, not Kubica. And he's gone straight on down at the exit of the Mulsanne corner. Does a complete restart and gets going again. Avoids the gravel, luckily. So, Tom, to answer your question, on race day, we'll have loads more coverage than what we got in the practice because all the cameras aren't set up yet. So, we'll have onboard cameras that we can fly in as well with some of the teams. Because anything that's put on social media, we can use here as a watch along as well. So, we'll drag those on. We have got footage from the track. So, if there's a big accident on Twitter, we can show it as well. And everything. Interviews at the pits, we've got a lot of action as well. But mainly it's a watch along. Sadly, we can't show everything, which is a worry. But alternate commentary, we'll do our best, and we've got the full timing screens as well. So it was a simple lock-up for the number 9 Prima as well in the LMP2 category. Went straight on, got back on the track there. We are back to green flag running. So yeah, to give you what's going to happen on the race day, we'll have, let's see, we've got the Race Control 360 camera. That'll show us inside where Eduardo Freitas is. So that's coming up on Saturday if they put the link out. Fingers crossed. Either that, we've got onboard cameras of the number 8 Toyota as well, and the number 7 Toyota, so we'll be able to see if they win the race. We'll be able to see the winning moment. That's coming on as well. We've got onboard cameras of several of the cars throughout the field across all classes as well. And then we've got Radio Le Mans, who are in the pit lane. That we'll hear from them, and the World Feed interviews as well for the drivers. So basically, the watch along this year, all live throughout the race, it's become more of a hub for the race. We'll give you everything, show you all we give you all the interviews. You can watch the race. We'll give you all the interviews on the times and that lot, and have guests on as well throughout talking about it. So just think of us as like Sky News or Sky Sports News, that sort of thing. We'll just be giving you the updates throughout the race as it goes. But it's a lot of fun, isn't it, Josh? We do it for Formula One a lot, and it's a lot of fun.
It is, because I join you for Formula 1 and touring cars quite a lot, and it is a lot of fun. Basically, what it is Euro Sport 2 Extra.
I'll take that, yeah. That's basically what we are. We should actually be on a pay-per-view. But no, it's great. And all the links to the timing screens as well are always around. And if you need them, we can send them in and tell you how we get what we do as well. But Alex Lynn's just gone third fastest, but has topped the LMP2 running in the 23 United Autosports. It's done a 3:32.226. And he is a few seconds faster, 4.2 seconds faster than the Jolter 28 car as well. That was second. So we're getting down to the qualifying times, but track temperature, oh, there's that Lego car again. Track temperature is down to 26.4 degrees, temperature 20.3, so it is getting colder out there as the sun has now set over there in France, and the situation gets into the race time. Yeah, go on.
This is where good old Discovery Plus comes in handy.
Yep, absolutely. We can still see what's happening out there. And all green at the moment. In fact, I think all cars are out the track. I'm trying to double check. I think they are, you know.
Saying on here 21 cars in the pit lane.
Yeah, 32 cars are out the track. Then on the second page, if we run it down for you, up here to the second half of the page, half the field are still in the pit lane, including quite a lot of the GT Pro and GT Am class. they have remained in the pit lane as well and have barely set enough lap times out there. They've only gone out to do installation laps as well. So that is the situation on the first half, or the second half of the page, from 37 down to 62 cars in this field. Back up to the top then on the timings. And delighted also to say that throughout the race, not only will we be joined by guests, but we'll also be simulcasting some of it with that of USON, because when USON are on, I'm going to try and drop in with them as well. So they'll be part of the guests. So some of our commentary will be going there as well if you're on the Mixler app. And you can join the Mixler app for this weekend for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix that we're also covering here on YouTube and on there. We go underway with first practice tomorrow at 12 o'clock British summer time. We will have the Grand Prix preview. That will be at, I think, 11:30 for 15 minutes. And then we go straight into the main session as well with a 5-minute break. That might go a bit earlier depending on how quick the timings can be done. If not, it's a very quick intro because F1, unfortunately, is sort of secondary this weekend to Le Mans, due to the fact that Le Mans is the main event we cover for the 24 hours. It's the only one we do with all this access. So F1 is going to be a little bit on the sidelines. But still, remarkably, everything will be live this weekend. All 24 hours live, all F2 live, all Formula 1 live, and all of IndyCar live. The only thing that won't be is the British Touring Car Championship. That will all be delayed on Sunday evening. That is due to the fact that during race 1, it's Azerbaijan and Le Mans. During race 2, it's the end of Le Mans. And during race 3, it's in IndyCar. So I know Josh is going to join me for, if not all, or a couple of those races later on after IndyCar in the evening. Which is, 3 races back-to-back, which is around about an hour and 15 minutes we worked out, isn't it? If we just do those. It's not that bad.
My computer is literally screaming in pain.
Yes.
I've got OBS open, I've got Discord open, I've got Discovery Plus open, I've got a timing screen open. It is literally screaming in pain, and my Discovery Plus is buffering because of it.
Look at that, we just come back on live stream as well on the Eurosport. Super Fraser says only left e-races and NASCARs. Well, I am PCF4 commentator on PSGL, so I do that on as well, and I cover occasional NASCAR races on USON, but I do Formula E races here on the YouTube, but they're not on this weekend, and neither's MotoGP. But basically, it's so busy. Not free, by the way. No free weekends for me until November 20th, and then you can't talk to me because I'll be at the World Cup or on holiday, or one of the two. I want to go on holiday mainly as well during that time. Take 2 weeks off, but the beautiful sunlight of these cars that we had at the beginning of the session just 20 minutes ago have been swamped by darkness as well, and now the bright orange lights start to illuminate around the second chicane as well, and the Michelin Chicane, because the night has fallen here. Sounds like a code name during World War II. Night has fallen here at Le Mans, and it's all up there. Let's go down to pit lane. We have an interview down there in the pit lane as well. Just trying to get hold of it because it's taking a little bit to get hold of because it's on a slight delay here. So give us a second. And yeah, let's go down to the pit lane then with Raggedy Radio Le Mans, Raggedy as well. They're in the pit lane. One of the cars that had a problem in qualifying earlier has now been repaired, and we're going to be hearing from one of their race directors, I believe, as well.
Hey, Owen.
Hi there. Just so a quick update. As Johnny says, obviously this session really important for all the cars, but particularly important for those people that had problems at the end of the last session. One of which was the 59 Inception Racing Ferrari, which we saw hit the barrier at the last corner, right at the end of that last practice session. And the good news is that car is now fixed, and it's just about to head out with Combe Ledigar at the wheel.
The 22 United Autosports car is still in the garage, and from what I can see, Gary Robertshaw, you're the engineer on this car. I take it you guys are putting the race setup back on after qualifying.
Yes, essentially just making sure that the final race parts go on the car, and the last laps that we do tonight will confirm, you know, how the car will be in the night. So yeah, it's super useful. We'll just take the time now and put it back to how we are going to race it, essentially.
So this is basically your race prep. I mean, you've got your race engine in, your race gearbox and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. All the race bits, not quite all, but most of the race bits are on the car. They go on in stages during the course of the week. Final ones to go on tomorrow before the race. So yeah, it's a final confirmation that the car's working okay and we're happy with it, and setup's good and everything works.
Now, knowing you as I do, will there be any deliberation goes on all day tomorrow and then on Saturday morning about whether that's the setup you start at 3 o'clock on Saturday?
There's always deliberation. I mean, always. We've been, you know, back, forth. Is this better? Is that better? You know, in a small window, to be fair, you know, we're not sort of throwing the kitchen sink at it. But, yeah, fundamentally, you know, there's always a bit of deliberation. Do we do this? Do we do that? What do we think that's better? So, yeah, I'm sure there will be.
Qualifying, Gary, the 22 finished ahead of the 23. However, again, knowing you as I do, you'll not be happy with not being first.
No, that's a bit disappointing, and obviously the WRT was very fast and we're struggling to get our heads around that. I've had a look at the GPS data and I can see where they were quicker than us, and I don't know, we need to go away and look at that and try and understand where we can improve, because, you know, we're here to be fighting for pole position, and that was a big chunk of time, and yeah, we want to understand it really.
We chatted earlier in the week and you were telling me how the regulations are trying to slow the LMP2 cars. You've lost your dive planes off the front. That's the first thing that comes to mind. But still, the LMP2 cars were so quick. I mean, were you surprised at just how quick you guys went in quali?
Yeah, I mean, the car is still fundamentally a very, very good car. I mean, they're great cars, no question about it, especially the Oreca. So, yeah, we've lost downforce, we've lost engine power, and a bit of efficiency. But, yeah, it's still a good car. But, you know, the drivers we always talk about back in 2020, when we had downforce and we had 3 compounds of tyre to play with, and there was a bit more involved then from an engineering standpoint, I think, and we think, but still, it's a good car. Like I say, the performance is still strong, but yeah, it's somehow a bit easier to engineer than it was a few years ago. So, but yeah, you know, it's a great car, like I say.
Yeah, good luck, mate. Wish you well.
And that's from Radio Le Mans as well a few moments ago as they come back through. There might be another one shortly because we were 2 minutes behind on that. So good that we heard that interview as live as we possibly could as well, with 1 hour 35 to go. Josh is back in the box after his message. I saw him say as well with that virtual whiteboard that he must send us a message on how to get that working on here as well. Oh, I've misbuttoned on one of my belts. That's why it's not working correctly as they come through.
Track information and
Have
information about the track. So it looks like I'm trapped here until the end of the session. But while we were in that interview,
I did warn you. God.
Yeah, I noticed that there was a whiteboard, free food for the first and second Hyperpole team in the back garage for anyone trackside.
Well, do we count as trackside? Sadly, I don't think so, does it? No. Too far away from the commentary, but still, yeah, free food then. If you're out of the track, free food outside the Toyota garages. So away you go. Go get some grub. It might very well be needed later on into this broadcast. As it's become now so normal to me at the moment that throughout every single session, talking to you here, as well as you two, Josh, and you at home on YouTube, in my left ear, I've had Radio Le Mans. On my right ear, I've had the world feeds. I know when there's an interview coming. And I've had the production office as well, who's on TeamViewer. Some of the behind the scenes people who make all the graphics possible as well on the sides for Le Mans, because it's an absolute nightmare to get it all right, and I can't work on it all the time. Yeah, and they're talking to me as well. So I've got about 7 or 8 different people in my head for the first time on a broadcast.
I would not be able to cope with that.
And somehow it's working quite well because I'm listening to them as well. So it is working. I suppose it's great practice, because usually there's only 4 voices in my head. Yourself, Josh, then Megan Birch and Ian Birch in there as well. Then maybe the radios get thrown in. But this is like a proper commentary broadcast. I've had people in my ears before when I'm talking on TV. And when I've been doing TV stuff, and I've had people talking in my ears before as well, but never have had this many flying around constantly. It's like I've got an open talkback going on in my ear and everyone's shouting at me. Because every now and then people will just whisper something to me. That's fine. But constant talkback is mind-blowing. So let's see how I am after 24 hours of that.
Yeah, I can only cope with the main TV pictures and you in my headset. But hello to the producer team backstage.
Actually, let's give you an example of what it's like in my ears right now. My producers have told me that I can do this. So, first of all, let's open up Radio Le Mans.
Evolution of this
that's on one ear.
And
let's open up the world feed.
And that's why
that's
at the
on
end of the
another.
race you see
then there's
so
me
much
talking,
and
then Josh, you say something as well.
Away from that is that you have so much pickup.
Hello, I was
that
asked
you
to
pick
say
up
something.
on your tyres when you
so
go
that
offline
is
to pass
constantly
slower
going around
cars
in my
or
ears.
whatever it may be.
There we go. Let's mute those two. That's constantly going on in my ears, and that is hard to talk, isn't it?
That is hard.
So there you go, everyone watching and listening. That is an example of how we produce the TV coverage. And the commentary box as well. We're going to be giving you a tour during the race. During one of the lull moments, we're going to be showing you around the commentary box and how all this equipment works as well. Because what you see is 3 flags and an idiot standing in a T-shirt and shorts. What you don't see is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 monitors, bus mixer, headsets, microphones, and pages of information stuck on the commentary box wall. So join us for the race. It's going to be a lot of fun. 1 hour 30 to go at the moment here. Well, 1 hour 31 minutes to go of this final practice session. We're watching the number 91 Porsche round, comically enough, the Porsche curves as well. And down there, it was going quite fast out there for the 91, but with Jimmy Bruni at the wheel, he's 27th overall, but he is 3rd in class at the moment in the GTE Pro category. Of course, Jimmy Bruni raced in Formula 1. He was with Jordan in 2004 and 5. Also, at the same time, he was with Minardi. They sort of did a deal midway through the season, I think, in 04, and he switched over to Jordan from Minardi. I think Minardi was 04, Jordan was 05. His teammate was Montero, as well as Baumgartner, and the last one, Thiago Montero, I think I've already said it, and Narain Karthikeyan as well. There you go, Narain Karthikeyan replaced him. So that was Jordan's mixture of pool of drivers that Minardi and Jordan used to share quite a lot over the years. And Shay Adams moved up to the commentary box for this one, so I've got used to hearing Shay in the comms box instead of being in the pit lane. I think you've pressed a button, you run blank. So I'm used to hearing Shay in the pits instead of being where she needs to be. So that's a difficult thing in the pits. But she's moved up to the box, which is fair. Stetson's down there at the 709 Gleekenhaus racing team as well, with the hypercar. Looks like they're changing a front setup as well, probably trying a softer suspension, trying to find the balance, because, of course, once the race starts, the car is out there for 24 hours non-stop as well, unless there's a terminal problem with the car. So it's not looking that bad. And to be fair, Josh, you asked me earlier on if this oosh was a raspberry flavour. I wish it was, because what I wouldn't give for a nice blue raspberry slushy at some point during the race. I might ask if one can be brought into me, because I know people will be out and about when I'm stuck in the box for 24 hours, namely the friends group, so maybe they can bring me one as well. But I'll probably have them invade the box at some point as well. They always do. Well, they don't, but they probably will do for a 24 hour, because it'd be fun. But either way. Last year, during, I don't know if you were you with us at Le Mans last year, Josh? I think you were, but not in the commentary box. You were watching, because it was the week after. No, it was August. So yeah, you were. It was August, the Le Mans last year. This is the first time it's been held in June since 2019. Because in 2020,
I am.
yeah.
I'm.
Turn 1 is related to shift, so turn 1 is a shift, turn 14 is brake balance.
Yeah, but I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it, otherwise I need the rotation in turn 1. In turn 2, I need it.
Copy. So this is interesting.
So turn 1 is shift, turn 14 is hybrid. That was Jose Maria Lopez's radio just being told how to do the cars. But yeah, back to you, Josh, because I was saying, you were here last year, weren't you, in Le Mans, but you weren't on the coverage.
I think I was in and out.
Yeah. Do you remember my brother-in-law Jack turning up?
No.
Ah, right, well.
I don't think I was.
Last year, last year during Le Mans, it was well, even though my mother's birthday was the week before, it was her birthday party that weekend of Le Mans. So there was an event going on behind the scenes in the house. And at one point, we were live on air and we had no guests at all. So I said to Megan, go get someone from the party and bring them in here, see if anyone wants to come on the air. And I was expecting either Ian Birch, that's Dad, to come into the commentary box, or Megan to join me. One thing I did not expect was for my brother-in-law Jack to walk in into the commentary box and do the best impression of James Hunt you've ever seen. Not in terms of the fact that he voiced like James, but his whole mannerism was exactly like James. Jack came in, now bless him, he was a bit 2 glasses of wine south for the winter.
I will have to watch that back.
But it was hilarious as Jack came in, sat down next to me, put the headset on, and just started talking. But he was, even though he was a little bit tipsy, his questions were fantastic. He really did the commentary amazingly. And he said, what's the point in NASCAR with all that lot as well? To more short that Beth, who's one of our regulars, said as well, gave him a nickname of Anti-Oval Racing Nissan Microboy. That was the nickname that she gave to Jack. And honestly, Jack was on for around about 2 hours, if I remember correctly. He was on for 2 hours during one safety car to green flag running. And he was hilarious. So he came in with a glass of wine as well. And then Jack left the commentary box eventually when we went off air. The next time we came on air, though, Ian Birch came into the commentary box, and he too had a glass of wine. The Le Mans last year just turned into bring your own wine party. It was hilarious. So yeah, definitely, if you haven't already, go to watch one of the sessions last year. I think it was live number 2 we did, because there was a lot of cautions. In fact, I'm going to double check it next time we head down to the pit lane. But we have actually got time, actually. We're going to go now, because what we are going to do is go down... Yes, bang on, half an hour update. And that is going to come from Shay Adam, who is down about to do the update in a second. So let's go down then to Radio Le Mans as well, as they do our half-hour update with 1 hour, 25 minutes to go of this session. Shay Adam takes us through
this session, and we do have a slew of cars that have turned lap times. So let's start with the fastest to move our way down. In the hypercar class, it is only 3 cars that have been out on the track, but the 7 Toyota leads the number 8, separated by 0.3 of a second. Best time so far, 3:28.322. In third, it is the Alpine Elf team. Andre Negrau, the driver behind the wheel of that one for the last 4 laps. He's done 3:31, but he's looking to improve this lap through. In LMP2 World and 4th overall, United Autosports USA, the number 23 machine, Alexander Lynn doing the time of a 3:32.226. Ahead of the number 65 Panis Racing, Job van Uitert behind the wheel of that one so far. Glad to see that car back out and running after some earlier troubles in this morning. The Jota number 28, the mighty 28, Jonathan Aberdeen, has been doing all the driving so far for this session, is about 0.3 off the best time that Lynn has set. 4th in class is Cool Racing. Nicholas Cruton behind the wheel of that car, a 10th further off of Aberdeen. And in 5th in LMP2, first of the Pro-Am cars, it is still the 47 Algarve Pro Racing. Jack Aitken still doing the driving there. In GTE Pro, Corvette Racing once again leading the way. This time it is car number 63, Nick Katzberg behind the wheel, 3:52 55.710. Then he's followed up by a pair of Porsches. The number 91 ahead of the 92, Jimmy Bruni and Lawrence Vantor, respectively, both having turned lap times about 2 seconds off the pace of the Corvette thus far. In the AM category, Dempsey Proton Racing and Jan Halen getting his night laps in car number 88. He's done a lap time of 355.383 ahead of Andrew Herianto in the Hardpoint Motorsport number 99 Porsche from Porsche, ahead of Ferrari. Alessandro Balzan in the Minion Ferrari, as he deemed it earlier on, for Iron Lynx. He's done a 355.728. Then we find another Porsche for GR Racing and Ben Barker with the 355.757. So right there with the Ferrari time. And rounding out the top 5 in the GTE AM class, Kessel Racing, the number 57 Ferrari. It's Frederick Schandorf doing driving duties there. 8 laps down for that crew. We have an hour and 26 minutes left in this session.
Well, we were a little bit behind on that. We've got an hour 23 to go now as well, but it was always good to take that coverage as well, as I'm sure Josh now watching the Discovery Plus as Eurosport have gone to a break up here as well. But I've just sent in actually to the YouTube chat if I press button 3. There is the link in the YouTube chat to last year's Le Mans race where Jack turned up. And brilliant couple of hours broadcasting as well with Jack, who is absolutely brilliant for stepping in and helping out on the commentary last year. So go back and take a look at that when you can as well. I mean, Kellyanne was supposed to come in, which is the elder sister, but she did not. And I think she was texting Jack throughout as well, saying, don't say anything stupid, don't say anything stupid, that sort of thing. But absolutely hilarious. I don't think they're here this weekend. I will find out, though, because if they are, I'm sure I'll try and drag Jack in to make a second appearance on the commentary for Le Mans as well. But an hour, 1 hour, 21 minutes and 50 seconds left then of this fourth and final practice session for Le Mans. We've got a 15-minute warm-up coming on Saturday morning, which is mainly just go out there for 2 laps, shake the car down, is everything okay? And then go again for the race at 4 o'clock French time. That's 3 o'clock British summer time. Yes, it's on the same time as qualifying for F1. Megan Birch and Ian Birch will take you through the qualifying session as well for Azerbaijan. Megan will then take over for a couple of hours Sunday morning as well, while me and Ian Birch do the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and then I'll be in the box with Megan for the last hour of Le Mans as well. So fingers crossed it's going to be a fantastic couple of broadcasts that we're going to have. Now, the race day coverage is split into 3 parts, 8 hours each. So I think it's 2:30 till 12 a.m., 12 a.m. to 8 a.m., 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. as well. They're the UK times that will be on the broadcast. The link, though, to every single race session will be inside the description of the broadcast and in the YouTube chat, and we'll give you a countdown as when we're fading over from one to the other, and it'll be quite seamless as well, we promise as well, so it's not going to be too hard for you to miss. It will be the next video suggested just after as well, so keep your fingers up, it's going to be good. Josh Plays is returning, but I think he's having difficulties at the moment because his camera is inverting itself massively. So no worries if we can't see him just yet. But it's Toyota 7th as well at the moment, as well with 8 Toyota running down the order. Hello, Josh. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello. Pit reporter doing all the tech work as well, it seems, which is all
Classic live editing right there, everyone.
Live editing works brilliantly. Is that? Look, I'm going to do one as well because you've shifted a little bit actually. So I'm just going to press that button and elongate that one and then move you back to the centre a little bit. There we go. So live editing to make everyone look better. I've had to do that, and now I'm being shouted at in my ear because I did it and I shouldn't have done it because somebody else was already working on it. So I've just taken over the TeamViewer once again. I'm not used to it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry as well. Everyone in my ears as well is having a go at me. As well, but at least we're getting information as well. They've just told me that they're going to mute my mic when I'm saying something important now because they've got that ability. No, don't be daft. Mute Josh's as well because he's not talking at the moment. Well, to be fair, you don't get a word in edgeways half the time. See, look, he doesn't even get a word in edge race when I gave him a word in edge race. Anyway, night has fallen properly here in Le Mans now, properly into the darkness. Look at that. The eye is full up there. I forget what they're called as well, the round things. I want to call them windmill things, but I forgot what they're called.
Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel, there you go. I knew something begin with an F.
Oh my goodness.
Is it Ferris wheel or is it F or P for Ferris wheel? How's that spelt then?
F.
F, I thought it would be, yeah. F-E-R-R. Yeah.
This is how tired Joss is everyone watching.
Yeah, it's been a long day commentating. And, well, to be fair, it's got to be ready for the 24 hours. How many practice hours have we had? 6 plus 4, 10 hours of practice, 11 and a half hours. Right about 12 hours we would have in full coverage before the green flag flies on Saturday afternoon. So that's half the Le Mans race. So if I have a voice come Monday, that'd be fantastic, especially given the case that we've had such an exciting qualifying session for 40 minutes that happened around about an hour and a half ago. It's on the YouTube if you want to go catch it up as well. So many lap times getting deleted, but it ended up with the number 8 car in the Toyota Gazoo Racing, driven by Brendan Hartley, taking pole position.
Just helping you out here, Josh.
Oh, go on.
Ferris wheel.
I can't see it. Put it in black and I can. Oh, actually, yes, I can. I can put it in black. I can see it better, but I can see it there as well.
I'll put it in black.
Shrink it down into your box size, because otherwise it looks like Eris Wii at the moment on the monitor. Shrink it down to your box. Then we can see it. FERRISWHEEL. That's how you spell Ferris wheel. There we go. Then shrink it down if you can, as well. Think we've got some radio coming shortly from the pit lane, so we'll keep an eye on it. There we go. So that's how you spell Ferris wheel. FERRIS, and then wheel is WHEEL. Okay, so there you go. The things you want to learn throughout the broadcast as well. Changeover at the 91 Porsche garage as well, or maybe it's the 93. It looks like 91 to me. Coming in as well. No, it is the 93 Proton competition. Changing over their belts as well. Getting all sorted out there. Coming out the track as well. Lopez has changed over to Kamoy Kobayashi. We're being told as well. Let's go down to the pits.
GT Pro Grid, it's a bit of a arc, isn't it? 2x2, but at least Corvette are leading the animals onto the arc.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny when everyone's paired up like that, and you always see it in Formula One as well. Every team's kind of maximizing what they have in the track and the conditions. So for us, yeah, I'd rather be together and up front than together in the back of the pack. So we rolled off the truck really strong on the test day. We had a year off from our car kind of debuting here last year, so we did a lot of work in the off season. To come back here with a super strong package, so we've been happy with it since the test day and just kind of been making fine adjustments all week long.
You must be expecting the usual GTE fist fight for 24 hours, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, it will be. I think we have 7 cars in our class, and I expect all 7 to be battling for the win, you know, all through the race. We've seen every year that, you know, the car that has the least amount of mistakes, the least amount of time in the pits is the one who usually ends up winning the race. So we have a fast car so far. I think it's just going to be down to execution in the race. Drivers not making mistakes on track. The guys making the right tire calls through the night. When to double, if we can triple, and things like that. So yeah, so far so good.
Now don't take this the wrong way, but I would imagine when it's as competitive as that, it kind of takes the element of having to think away. You know what you have to do. You have to drive flat out for 24 hours.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, this race is unique. I mean, for us, coming from IMSA, you know, at Daytona, you race around for a couple hours. You lose 30 seconds, you get a yellow, you get it back. Or you lose a lap and you can get it back. At a place like Le Mans, you lose 10 seconds, you might never get that back. So you have to be flat out at every moment. Hopefully you don't get slow zones at the wrong time to let someone get away from you or get the wrong safety car. So yeah, you're flat out at all times. You want to be in the lead just in case you do get split from the pack. But that's what makes Le Mans so difficult.
I'm creating a bit of a theme here, Jordan, talking to drivers tonight. The fans are back, first time since 2019. Does it make a difference to you?
Oh yeah, big time. I mean, just walking between our hospitality area and the pit lane makes all the difference. It's just amazing to see all the people back. I forgot how many people kind of just flow through the paddock throughout the day, but that's what makes Le Mans so special. I mean, my first time here, coming from American sports car racing, you know, in America you have NASCAR and IndyCar and IMSA. And you get fans, but when you come to Le Mans, you get very sports car specific fans, very dedicated fans. And when I came here in 2012, no one knew me in America, but I walked in the paddock here for my first time, and people had pictures of my cars of me growing up, and that made me realize how special Le Mans was and the fan base here. So to have it back open makes the event back to what it should be. Thank you.
A lot of action then down there in the pit lane, which is always nice to hear as well. Speaking of which, I think we just missed one on the world feed as well. But actually, as the same person. Okay, so that's not too bad then to come forward as well. And as we look, 1 hour 30 minutes to go. And the first, 47 minutes has actually flown by here, which is what we like to see, which is good news as they fly back. 93 Proton Competition Porsche. Looks like they are finally getting ready to leave the pit lane after quite a while. They've been stuck in the pits as well. But are they going to be quick? Who's changed over in 93? So it's Zarkoni Robinson who has changed over to... Oh, no. It's Michael Fassbender who's got in the car, who crashed yesterday, destroying the 93 Porsche down towards the Daytona chicane on the Mulsanne Straight. So everybody hide. It could get a little bit interesting here for Michael Fassbender. There you go, yeah. Duck down. There you go. See no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil as well. It's that type of situation with Michael. 88 Dempsey Proton Racing leading the way in the GTE, and Michael Fassbender's on the radio.
Michael, you do now 5 laps, and then we do a longer run later on. The first 5 laps, I will guide you through the traffic. Okay.
Oh, we know it.
And now, because Michael Fassbender didn't do his 5 laps yesterday in order to qualify for the Le Mans night stage, the car's qualified, but he himself is not. He's got to do the 5 night laps to be safe, and he's got to do it at consistent times as well to prove he's fast. He has to really push. So he's going to be guided now. So this is because he crashed it yesterday, didn't do him. Now these are Michael Fassbender's 5 night laps. In order to qualify to race at Le Mans, you have to do 5 laps at night at full speed. Otherwise, you're considered dangerous as well and a liability out there. So everyone's got to do that. It's a standard rule. Richard Millet Racing is changing their car over now as well. I think with another driver change. We'll tell you that is in a second. But 1 hour 10 to go. It's getting good out here, isn't it, Josh?
It is, and I'm just setting up my stream deck. So if I press it.
Oh, have you got a stream deck?
Yeah. Where is it?
What's the button? What's it saying? What's the button? Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
Hopefully, if I press this button,
shoot it down a little bit into your box of the camera, and then we can see it.
Oh yeah, that's because my box has been moved.
Yeah.
Because my camera has been moved.
Yeah, your box is a little bit shorter than what the text is, so the text needs shrinking down a bit. But that does work. That's handy, and it saves me from doing something as well. Yeah. By the way, Josh is in a different commentary box halfway across the country, actually, here in the UK. But technology means that we're only like a second delayed, which is amazing. If even less than that, actually, half the time. It's like it is a live conversation, which is good. Miracles of modern tech, eh?
Yep. So if I do that, then that needs to go like that.
A little bit shorter. Yeah, that does it, but it needs to be a tiny bit shorter.
I'm on the wrong. It's a dude.
There you go. Left a bit. Left a bit. Stop. There you go. Perfect. That works.
Is that one good?
Shrink it a little bit, and then you got it. The S is missing. Stop. There you go. Perfect.
There we go.
That works to know. If you've got that for the F1 as well, that'll help to know when you're on and off, because then we can take you off the camera.
Also,
yep,
I can set it up so if there's any information on TweetDeck.
Perfect. Yes. My God,
but
yeah.
I still need to set that up.
My God, yeah. Well, yeah. I've often said as well. What I need as well is like I've asked the boffins to do this, and I say that in the greatest love in the world because they're going to shout at me if I don't call them anything else. I've asked them to make me a track map with this camera in a full screen, and so that it needs like the track map's going to pop out the screen a little bit, so that I can point.
You mean like...
Yeah, so I can point to where the accident is in the race. And tell you where the yellow is. So that's that's what I've asked the boffins to do. Now they're going to make me a transparent map in white, apparently. So
transparent. Yep.
I've asked them for it in a colour that will pop out the screen because obviously the black and white. They did suggest blue, which could work, but it needs to be like yellowy blue, so it's like along with the channel colours. So that's coming hopefully for the race, and I can just point to where the accident is. So say up there is like the Michelin Chicane, down here is like the last corner, that sort of thing. So that's cool. Just helps everything out a little bit more for the broadcast.
So
go on, Josh.
We just grab this quickly.
It is just tech chat at the moment, isn't it? This is what we love about it. To give you some times, the 93 Proton competition has changed over. And that is Michael Fassbender doing his 5 fast laps at the moment. But we've got a yellow flag out there on the circuit. Don't know where. It's gone green as soon as it does, though. So it must have been... No, yeah, yellow flag. Still out. So where is it? It's down. It's the 38. Oh, is that the Jolter? It's Antonio Fierce Costa in the 38 Jolter. Oh, and the number 3 LMP2 has spun round as well. That's the DKR Engineering with Kongard at the wheel, who's spun coming into the last corner. So that is at Rakudamont, and he's got back into the pit lane. Go on, Josh.
I don't know. Who is it, Jeff?
There's a yellow flag for who, Josh? We couldn't tell, could we? We don't get that information, unfortunately, but luckily we cut to it just in time. One of the best things, actually, that used to be done by Le Mans, and I don't think it hasn't been done for 2 years now since the pandemic, but we used to have a pit lane camera that was on for all the 24 hours. So if everyone used to come down the pit lane, we were like, right, pit lane cam, what's going on? And I really missed that. I want it back, as it was contact between the Jolter 38 and the number 3 DKR Engineering at the Rakudamont, the last corner, and both it looked like So the number 3 DKR went round the outside, blocked off the Jolter. The Jolter had nowhere to go, made contact, and they both drifted off into the track. In my opinion, Josh, that is the fault of the DKR number 3 car. The Jolter 38 did nothing, couldn't do anything either.
Yep, that should be investigated. As you could see, the blue light panels were flashing.
Yeah, so faster car was coming through, yeah. So that's,
what you mean,
yeah. That's
a track map like this. Oh, I've moved myself.
That's Baku.
Yeah, you mean just have a track map like that, and you can point to it. There you go.
Yeah, but it needs to be hollowed out. So instead of that white background, there's going to be like a transparent image coming through. But yeah, exactly like that. That's the Baku track map that we'll be having on tomorrow. But hopefully one is being made for me for Le Mans as well. And there's no point for it in Formula 1 because we've got a track map on the screen at all times. That's easy.
I moved my camera, so tell me if I need to go left or right.
No, it's all fine. You're still on. You haven't moved the camera at all. It's still on for me. If you take a look at YouTube, you look fine.
Anyway, no more tech talk. I think we've had enough of that for one day.
Well, it's keeping the viewers entertained. Well, not much is happening out there on the circuit with an hour 4 to go. I tell you what, though, my glasses on one of the straps need tightening a bit. It's got a bit loose, so I'm trying to be careful with them, but I need to put them on. The Ultimate 16th running as well, going out there on the circuit as well as driver change for the 35 car as well as Matthias Leith has taken over that car from Francis Howell as well as it comes through, as Jason Hart has entered the pit lane in the GTE AM category at the moment. I think we're going to have some pit lane in a few seconds' time. I'm getting the message, so we'll hear from whoever's down there in a second. Whether it's World Feed or Radio Le Mans, I'm not entirely sure just yet, but I'm sure we'll find out soon. As top of the moment in LMP2 is the 23 United Autosports. And if I'm right, that is Oliver Chavez at the wheel of that one. He is, but 23 is Joshua Pearson as well. Oliver Chavez, Alexander Lynn, and Josh Pearson, who will be the youngest ever driver in Formula 1, born February the 14th, 2006. He's 16 years old as well. He's the youngest ever driver in Le Mans history, starting just at, what was it? He will be... I'm going to have to Google it because it's gone out of my mind. I know he's 16 years old, but I can't remember the actual date.
Let me have a look.
Josh Pearson will be 16 years, 3 months, and is it 18 days? No, it can't be. Must be like 30 or something or other coming into it as well. I'm just going to have to type in Le Mans. Le Mans age.
Right. Okay. Here we go.
Patrick Dempsey's in the pits.
This is an addiction, Patrick. You'd be able to go to the doctor and get something for it, but here you are, and there's 3 cars now in your garage. It's getting worse.
It's just a real testament to the team, you know, and to be here is a thrill always. It's always something new. It's a great challenge, just as a fan, to be here in person. And, you know, yesterday was a really crazy day in qualifying. And then it's just such a special feeling with the camaraderie that you just can't get away from. We talked a little bit before coming on here. It is an addiction. You love it. And the people, the personality, and the challenge is really quite fascinating.
And I would imagine, you know, that in the small hours of Saturday and Sunday, you know, you've experienced what this race is all about, and it's that makes this place special, isn't it? That atmosphere that you get then.
Yeah, it's an individual challenge, right? You're testing yourself against yourself, and certainly you have the other competitors. But this is a very particular race. It's one of the big 3. You have Monaco, Indy, and then Le Mans. There's so much intensity here. There's so many eyes on this race. The pressure is immense. And it's a tough track. It's mentally very draining. It's very challenging to get it right. There's a lot of nuance to it, and it's just extraordinary.
Yeah. Patrick, I remember many years ago, you know, you came here, your day job, we all know what you do for a living, but I always saw you as a racing driver that, you know, funded your racing from your day job. And I can't, yeah, no, absolutely. I kind of see Michael as well. He's been around Ferrari Challenge, he's been around the ELMS, and I see him as like a racing driver first and foremost when we're here, and he's got a day job. How is he? I mean, he's had everything thrown at him this week.
I think he's doing a great job with the amount of experience he has. You know, he's in the very deep end of this pool, and he's doing a great job. I think he has tremendous natural ability. Like anything, you need to have the seat time. Getting him to the races, he's been doing a great job, and the European Le Mans Series has been really flawless there, and this is a new experience for him. So a lot of new things are coming at him that he has to learn how to adapt to, and that will come with time. And this is an important stint for him right now, just to get some laps where it's free of any yellows, so he can get the confidence. It's a different setup than he's used to, and I think he'll do quite well. I think it was really hard on him yesterday. It always is very destabilizing, certainly when you have a hit like that. But you know, this is the test, and then he's up to that challenge, and he'll do well.
And it must be like a sponge talking to you, because you've been there as a celebrity, you know, into a new field, and the world is watching it. Everyone's interested in how he's going to do, and I would imagine you've been able to pass on a lot of your experience.
Yeah, everybody's watching. They're looking at your mistakes, not your triumphs, and that's the thing that's the hardest. You got to put your ego aside and go, okay, here's my focus. This is what is a win to me. This is what is a good session, and to focus on that. And you know, he's aware of how to be private in a public situation because of the acting. And you know, I try to give him as much space as possible to find his own way. You know, he knows what to do, but he's got great support around him. You know, the team is supportive, and you know, this is a learning experience, and he'll come back next year and be that much stronger, and he'll be stronger going into the next race.
Absolutely. Patrick, it's a pleasure to see you again. No doubt I'll pop in for a couple later on in the weekend. Yeah, you too, man.
Patrick Dempsey there as well. And as ever, an absolute gentleman, talking to anybody and everybody as well. Lucky enough to meet him a couple of years ago at Silverstone as well. He was just an absolute delight as well. And also, as I've said before as well, the most amazing cologne you have ever, honestly, standing next to him, it is literally like just perfection. Perfectly cut hair, perfectly shaped beard as well. He was in there as well, looking great in the team kit, and fantastic aftershave. So fantastic to see Patrick Dempsey still out there. We have got a yellow flag, but Josh, you've got the answer to the question about Josh Pearson, how old he will be on Saturday when he takes the green flag. But got a car in the gravel trap down, I believe, at the exit Mulsanne. So we'll double check who it is. It's an MP2, and it is down at Arnage? Mulsanne. Yeah, I was right first time. It looks to be the 29. Can't quite tell on that angle. And it's the 39 Graf Racing. Again, it had that problem this morning as well. And that might require a slow zone to get him out of there. They've got to bring a JCB onto the track. Anyway, Josh, you've got info on Josh.
Yeah. The third there's too many Josses.
There are too many. Go on.
Yeah. As it says, he will be 16 years, 3 months, or 29 days, or 28 days.
16 years and 118 days. So yeah, I would take it as 29 days, 29 days, because it's over the 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
So everyone ages a bit more, doesn't it?
You said we're allowed to show photos from the official 24 Hours of Le Mans Twitter account, right?
We are indeed, yep. Slow zone in effect, by the way, at the Mulsanne. So that's out of the Michelin Chicane all the way to the exit of the Mulsanne as well. So zone 5, I believe. But yeah, we are allowed to show things from the Twitter of 24 Hours of Le Mans. That's where, yeah.
Some live editing again.
No worries. Anthony Davis has left the commentary box as well at 11 o'clock. So Ant's just left the box over on the world feed, as I just heard him as well. As we fly down. Now, Nicholas Yanni as well is second LMP2 in the Pirates Racing. Has done 20 laps on the hard front and rear tyres as well. And what are we looking at here then, Josh? That's a great image. Like a Gran Turismo cover, that. Blimey. I'm waiting for Nick that for one of the night shifts. That is great. Look at that. I think we can't hear him. Oh, there you go. So
Just,
these... Oh, blue now. So you're now on Twitter. Is that what we're seeing from the track angle then with some of the cars out there on the circuit?
Yeah, just getting them all in a bigger
Actually,
pictures.
if you give me a second, if you just give me just a tick, I can give you a full screen to talk to them about as well, as the boffins are now having a go saying, what are you doing? What are you doing? No worries. It's not me doing it. As well, it is me doing it, but it's me trying to get you an angle because I need to duplicate commentary box camera B as well to create that. I need to remove my camera. I need to paste you back in. I need to put you up here, and then I need to zoom in like this and give you the whole screen as well on your tweet deck. So just give me a second to get you in. Okay. Nearly there, and you'll have your whole screen. Josh, talk to us about what's happening up there on the circuit. So just give me a tick and we'll be there. Also, just out of interest, with this whole race setup coming shortly as well, are we expecting anything out there on the track in terms of more slow zones or safety cars? 'Cause I'm not seeing anything else apart from that.
Don't think so.
Right, there you go. Take it away. What are you seeing then, Josh? I've put you on a tweet deck. It's for basic at the moment, and I'm sure the admin will hate me for it, but we can now see your computer screen as well. So over you go.
Josh, you are literally like so used to just doing it all by yourself.
I am. It's they're going to shout at me anyway.
Yep.
Anyway, there you go.
No idea what this car is. Josh, you might be able to help me out.
It looks to me a Porsche. It's a Porsche.
Yeah, Porsche. Don't know what number it is.
Looks
You'll
like
know
it's,
the livery's way better than me.
I think it's got an AM sticker on it, so it's one of the AM classes, which presumably
it has got an AM sticker on it.
Yeah, so presumably be the 93. So that's Fassbender's car. That's just gone out the circuit. Anyway, over you go.
Yeah. This is one of the...
That's the Prima.
LMP
yeah.
Primas, yeah.
29 car circulating out there at the moment.
And then this is a car.
Can't tell which one that is. That looks like a Ferrari to me, and it's a pro car.
It's a green car.
So that would be probably Fassbender's car. Oh, look, the admins have taken over. Do you know how I know? Because they're putting a background on you. Look, there we go. Look, the admins have taken over and have done live editing, and they've put a background on you. There you go. I'm surprised they haven't put a name on it, but there you go. The admins took over and put some photos on it. Nice job, guys, in the background. Have you got any more photos out there? That looks like the 75 to me.
No.
Actually, I think that's a 75 car, which double checking would put it in Iron Links. So yeah, it's the Ferrari Iron Links. Oh, what works? Oh, fireworks! Yes, you're right.
That does look like the 75 because with the with the 7 and then just the lights look like the 75.
Yeah. Anything else you got?
Not yet. So now we just go boom, and then we just go boom, and then you're back here. Hello.
Yeah, well, you flicked there. We flicked onto the battle camera so that you can have time to get everything set up, but you already have. So we'll take a look at that. The fastest time at the moment is 3:28.322, which could go quicker. Hello, there you go. That's a great camera then. So there we go. We've got you. We did say we wanted to give you a tech corner, but I didn't realise that we'll be getting one at 10:07 in practice 4. So all's good as the fields go through.
Literally a world of technology.
I think everybody is. And the admin team who are helping me out here throughout the Le Mans race. And by the way, the admin team who are going to be with me throughout the entire 24 hours. They're going to rotate. It's one person at the moment. I think at the moment, if I'm correct to who is talking to me, I think it's Dan. Yeah, it is Dan. He is talking to me as well. And then I think as well coming through, I think it was Janice last night who was talking to me as well, so that's going to be good. Just some helping hands as well from around the place as well, from everywhere I work nowadays, just lending a hand in as well for this stream. And I tell you what, they've done a remarkable job, by the way, with Megan's laptop one. They sent me over the working OBS JSON file for Megan's laptop for the race on what's it called Saturday when she has to take over, and they've literally taken the data from both of these screens and have melded it together into such a wonderful little thing as well, because we lose TweetDeck obviously, so we lose quite a lot of the info that we get from there because Megan's laptop can't run Twitter as well, so it looks absolutely great as well for that. So top gun from everybody, but we don't mention Top Gun.
Every single time
Go on.
I try and add something, I try and keep it in this box just to so it's so simple.
Well, if it helps at the moment as well, you don't need that box when we go to the full camera because that's your entire screen.
Yeah.
But on the box itself, try and keep it the box. Yeah.
When we go on the full screen, I
need like multiple things. We're looking at the number 10 as well out there on the circuit. Yeah, there you go. This is Nico Muller at the wheel, 10th in class and 10th overall. This is the Inter-Europol Competizione car, I believe. No, it's not. We're being lied to. Our timing screens are wrong. So who's 10th in class in LMP2? It is Vector Sport with Sebastian Bourdais, Ryan Cullen and Nico Muller, who's currently circulating at the moment. They are who are out there. As Toyota still looking quite calm. There's the V3 cars as well, the Vitex, a lot of it. And I'm surprised we didn't have a top of the hour report 9 minutes ago, actually, from Radio Le Mans. Unless we missed it.
I noticed the half an hour report was 5 minutes late.
Yeah, so it should be any time now if we're going to hear it then. Unless they're going to wait to do the midnight report or something like that, but we'll find out. 50 minutes to go, though.
Here.
Go on, Josh.
Can we show them from Porsche Motorsport Twitter?
Yep, anything from Twitter we can use. Do you want me to go to Combox 3? There you go. Big U at the moment on the screen. Think we'll change back. like you were Holly there from Red Dwarf. Let us know when we need to go over to the big screen, and we'll flick over to you as well. Hypercar are looking amazing out there as Kamoy Kobayashi taken over at the number 7, and the number 8 has been taken over now by Joe Bradley's in the pits. Down to you.
Well, you've probably seen any of the TF Sport cars out there, have you? That's the D-Station car and the 33 TF Sport. Both Aston Martins have not took part in this night practice, and you can kind of understand why. If the job is done, your drivers have qualified through, the cars are as you want them, then why? You know, if the cars are ready for the race, then really, is it just putting extra mileage on all the machinery and stuff? And so the cars were boxed up. There's been no personnel in the garage from the very start of this session. Tensor barrier across the front of the garage. The garage door is open, of course, because I think the regulations make it so. But the cars have not took part in any part of this night practice. And I kind of get that. I kind of understand that.
Yeah, it's a valid point. I mean,
yes!
All your
Sorry, I've just seen from Ed Hunter. Hello, Ed. Good news, Josh. We won both races in the ERC British Touring Car Road at Road Atlanta with Maya Rose and Liam Rance. Oh, God, yes! Yes! Victory in our own team. Hunter Simulation, Hunter Birch Simulation as well. Or Hunter's BS, we like to call it as well. Yes! Yes, we won! As well. Fabulous! Over to you, Josh.
Yeah, yay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, let's go. Let's find over then. Common Sports Camera 3. Are you going to do some tech? Yay. Works well. That is the 77 Dempsey Proton Racing. Racing through. Look at that livery. It doesn't look like a stunning livery. That's cool, doesn't it?
Can't. Hang on a minute. Here we go.
Oh, there you go. That's you.
There you go.
Ah, beautiful livery. Look at that. And look how high the rear wing is in that Porsche as well. Running some really low downforce as well with the back there. Looks gorgeous, doesn't it, as well? Little end plates flicking up the back with the actual wing of the car. And then the GT wing added on as well. Can you highlight that, Josh, actually, with your, if you've got a pen there or something? Maybe with your mouse as well, or you've got a pen. There you go, look. Where that brake light is, do you see? Where the brake light curves up, you can see like a little square end.
Yep. The caps are the wrong thing.
Oh, yeah, it's just down there at the exit. That looks absolutely fantastic as well. There's the normal wing of the car, then the GT wing that gets added on.
There.
Yes. I think so, yeah. So if you look at the GT wing, you can see the little normal wing in the back of the Porsche. Then you see the two winglets come through as well. And that is where it is. In fact, hang on, I think I can do it manually. Look, if I bring my mouse on. Oh, yes, I can. If I bring my mouse onto the screen, I can do it. So look, here, that is the normal wing that is sold with the Porsches. So that's the stock wing that has to be fitted. And these beasts of the rear wing that gets lunged on the back as well to push the bottom of the car right down. Looks absolutely fantastic. We've had one of the cars off in LMP2 as well into the wall. Has got going again. And, I hope you like the noises, Ed, for the transitions. Yeah, new features that we've brought in. And there you go. Can't wait, by the way, Ed, for you to be on the call this weekend as well. It's going to be fun to have you on the radio, on the actual Le Mans. We've done too many ERCs together. Right, we're looking at a Porsche now, aren't we, Josh? Which one's this?
These are all Porsches.
So that is the amateur class Porsche. And I believe that one it's a yellow one, so that'll be it'll be the Being car as well, which is the BEE in racing.
Yeah.
Which is right at the back in the AM class. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? It's a little mascot as well. It's literally it's like a Sugar Puff bee advert. It looks absolutely fantastic, and that is a beautiful looking car as well. As that's on the start-finish straight, because you see the Michelin thing at the back. And actually, while we're on that screen, I'll just take my mouse over once again and take a look at you. Look, there's that stock wing I was on about just a second ago on the Dempsey Proton. And there's a little bit of an example of how different the pro cars are, so the amateur cars are. This Porsche, its winglets separated at either side, whereas the Dempsey, they're sort of in the middle here, that spring up and out with a downward wing. with the amateur class as well for this B1 racing. They're spread out across the even side, and the little winglets are sort of more half and half together on the sides. They're not just completely holding down, so it's a little bit different. And also, can't really see the diffuser from this angle on the back of that Porsche, but doesn't look like it's got much, has it? And they're doing something, because there's a little light there down the bottom, so they are looking at something. But anyway, we're going to go down the pit lane as well, because we've got more.
Griffin, the two drivers not in that car right now. Owen, who have you got?
Yeah, here with Matt Griffin. Obviously, you guys are so super experienced together in a Ferrari here at Le Mans. So how's your week been going so far? We haven't spoken too much this week so far.
Yeah, I mean, overall pretty good. You know, touch wood, so far it's uneventful. I think the qualifying for a lot of people was a bit of a casino, and we got caught out by the red flag. But we've been focusing basically on trying to have a comfortable car for the race. We've been just using this practice session to kind of tie up loose ends. We tried a slightly different aero balance to see if that worked, which it didn't work. So we're just really finalizing things. But our aim first and foremost is to have a comfortable car, because usually over 24 hours a comfortable car is quick. If you have a quick car and scares you, it's not great for 24 hours. So I think the preparation we've done all week has been good. I feel like we're in a good spot, and yeah, we're just ticking boxes now.
That's perfect. I mean, at the end of the last session, there was a small incident for Duncan in the car, and some the commentators were guessing that maybe you had a puncture, but when the car came in, it didn't look like you had a puncture. Was that just a small incident? There wasn't a puncture, or no?
Yeah, no, not a puncture. The track evolution at Le Mans is huge, and it kind of comes in stages. And you know, as a driver, what you find is the racing line gets more rubber and more rubber and more rubber, but then it means it's super critical to be absolutely on that line, and if you're off it slightly, you don't have the grip that you expect. So Duncan was just a little bit, you know, wheels with just off the racing line into the first chicane, and just had a bit of a slide. Zero damage to the car, not a problem, and good to kind of do it in practice so that we can, you know, look at that and try to make sure mistakes like that don't happen in the race.
Perfect. Sounds like you guys are in a really good place, so thanks for chatting to us. Thank you.
So, all action all around, and Josh has got some more images for us. What I want to break here. This is from the 99 car, I believe, in the AM class. If
Yep,
I'm not
99. I've done a little 99 because it's hard to see with the
It is
light.
difficult, isn't it, out there? And this would be the Hardpoint Motorsport with Andrew Harrianto, Alessio Picardo, and Martin Rump. Out there on the circuit as well, and it is a Porsche 911 RS R19. So it looks like a Ferrari from that angle, but then again, the headlights sort of make it become all Porsche, doesn't it?
Yeah, all of these photos are Porsches, and now if we click this, that's the number 86. I love that photo.
That's a desktop worthy photo as well. That 86.
Actually,
that's GMR. That's just like GR Racing. Ben Barker, Ricardo Pera, and Michael Wainwright at the wheel of that.
I am actually saving that.
I don't blame you. That is a decent save as it comes through. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Beautiful car, that. And honestly, Porsche website, I'm sure Josh can put a link in somewhere on the chat, because that is the Twitter website, I mean. As well. Yeah. Oh, that's a nice desktop. Are you going to change your desktop theme?
Let's do the old...
Well, Josh will get that sorted. We'll take a quick look at the battle of the timings.
That is pretty nice.
2 seconds. Overall, Hypercar fastest time still 3:28. Last lap from Kamoy Kobayashi is a 4:24, so they're very much into race runs at the moment. Go back to green. That is a good desktop. That is good. And actually, I'm being told, could you keep it on that for a second while the admin team change things over? And we're going to come back up to the main comms box now as well. As Ed Hunter says, still loving the transitions, I see. Nicely done, Ed. As well. Right, the admin team, by the way, Josh, if you want to know what they're doing, they're just making sure that your screen is fully on as well, in terms of the fact that they're not missing anything. So I'm watching them do it now on the screen, because there was too much dead space. So they just want to make sure everything is all right in terms of the quality. So nice of them to check, but there you go. You can turn it off now and go back to your main camera. Come back to us. Come back up here. Right. Voice starting to go, but interview down race feed.
Around, and the same thing happened at Road America that year, but we had a great time. I'm honored. He's a dear friend as well now, and we had a great run together, didn't we?
We did. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff. John, we'll turn to Harry, and we'll pick up on one of those themes, which is the opportunities. We're not going to ask you what you're doing next year or the year after. You're going to wink at me and say, you better not. But from the position you're in this group of highly professional, massively skilled, very rapid drivers, you're somewhere there. It's got to be exciting, Harry, with what's sitting ahead of us. Bear in mind where we've been and such limited opportunities to be in a top class. All of a sudden, I'm not saying the floodgates have opened, but there's certainly light at the end of quite an expansive tunnel.
Yeah, look, I think we're coming into another golden era of sports car racing. I think 4 or 5 years ago, I was really lucky to be in that era in GT Pro, where there were 17, 18 cars at this race, 5, 6 different manufacturers all battling it out. And of course, the GT class is amazing, but to have that plus another 3 or 4 manufacturers in the top class from next year is absolutely insane. So I think all sports car drivers are looking at LMDH as their goal. I think when I first came into sports cars out of Formula 3, a lot of people were sort of asking me at the time, like, why aren't you going further up the single-seater ladder versus like jumping across straight away? And I think nowadays drivers are getting to 17, 18 years old and realizing that sports cars is the way forward, and this is the reason why. And all the talk over the last couple of years, John and the ACO, they've delivered, and we're going to have an absolutely insane time over the next 7, 8 years, I think.
I want to pick up on that actually from the pit lane, Josh. Do you reckon that at the moment it seems to be that everyone who's coming in, we've seen the likes of say Nick de Vries, who got looked over by F1, so he went very much over to Formula E and became a world champion. We are seeing that quite a lot of the junior talent we're seeing in GP2, GP3, Formula 3, Formula 2 of years gone by have drifted into sports car racing. Is sports cars still the pinnacle of driver talent, or is it becoming the graveyard of talent that doesn't have enough cash? I like to see it that it's a good alternative to stay racing and active for a while. What's your view on it?
I think it's a good way to go if you can't get into Formula 1 straight away, and maybe if you don't, like most drivers want to get into Formula 1, but if you just think it's a little bit too much at that point, then you can go off and then maybe come back. Or if you like it over there, you could go try something else or just stay over there.
Do we see Le Mans as an alternate to Formula 1, or is it very much equal with the sport as well? The World Endurance Championship and Formula 1, both World Championship events. Is it equal, or is it spared? Because we see Fernando Alonso, he's a 2-time Formula 1 World Champion and a single-time World Endurance Champion, but in the FIA, he's a 3-time World Champion across 2 different series. So it's kind of confusing, isn't it? Because many people say Alonso, he's only got 2. He's got 3.
That's the hard one, because they're both very different. Like, for Formula 1, you're only racing for 2 hours at a time. But in World Endurance Championship, sometimes you're racing up to 24 hours. And in a 24-hour race or a 6-hour race. So I don't think they can be compared. And I've just seen on the tweet deck, Josh, a video come up.
So okay, we'll get that on in a second. Just quick though,
I'm just
because
going to prep that.
you get that ready. As a Super Frecker as well, or Fraser, sorry, it's the glasses. Super Fraser says, Sprint F1 versus Endurance Le Mans. That's pretty much how I would deck it actually as well. As I've just realised actually, Josh, that you're not on the YouTube chat screen yet, so let me get that sorted. The admins must have missed that as well. Ready? In comes a wild Josh Plays. Down at the bottom of the screen. There we go. You weren't on the YouTube chat. My fault, I think. So, yeah, the admin said that you were there, and then I've pressed something and you've been deleted. So, sorry. My fault, probably when I tried to add in the graphics. So, you're back in now. But, yeah. Super Faggot says yes.
That is why you should let the professionals do the work.
Yeah, I must have pressed a button. Apparently, you're on a hotkey on this channel. So, that I must have pressed a button that was a hotkey for you. And I haven't got that hotkey. But there's There's about 15 screens coming, and I've only got 9 buttons. I'm having to use the plus, the minus, and all that lot, and the star key as extra buttons to remember. And it's quite hard. I've got a list coming as well. They're printing off a list to put on the wall in big Comic Sans as well, letters for what's going on. So they're really trying to annoy me, which is good. So that's going to be sent to me soon, and I'll print that out. Might change the graphics. Let's just say it was a PDF, which they've threatened to do as well, the naughty buggers, to come through. Anyway, have you got that video prepped? And we'll distract ourselves with a nice video.
Not yet.
All right, no worries.
2 minutes, hopefully.
Okay, GTE AM has got Dempsey Proton Racing leading the way with a 1-2 as well. With the 77 leading the 88, Hardpoint 99 a third, 86 GR Racing fourth, Iron Lynx in the 60 car is fifth, but I want to look at the Iron Dames as well. The all-female Ferrari 85 squad as well is running 12th overall in the GTE AM class, but did get into the Hyperpole earlier on today, so mega good stuff there from earlier on. And I'm sure Josh will tell us what this video is when it loads up from Twitter as well. But I completely agree with your point, Super Fraser, saying that sprint F1 versus endurance Le Mans. And I think many people have that same thing. I know which one I would rather take as well. If I want a good form of racing for a long period of time, I'll take Le Mans. If I want some short sprint excitement, I'll take Formula 1. Formula 1 is 2 hours. The shortest race we've got in World Endurance is 6 hours. And that is quite the standard. 6 hours, 12 hours, then 24. 6, 8, 12, 24 as well, I think is the right order as well. I'm sure Ed's listening to this now thinking, he's already lost his mind. How is he going to cope another 24 hours on Saturday, Sunday, as well as covering F2 and Formula 1? Trust me, it's going to be an interesting one. Definitely, though, straight after I'm done here, I'm definitely going straight to bed and getting up early in the morning because I still haven't made any of the F1 graphics. That's going to take 4 hours as well. We've only got a couple, so that's going to be fun as well. Might have a pit lane coming in a moment, so we'll stand by for that. But Josh's video is almost ready. As you can see, it's coming up here as pit lane.
In the boxes now, and he's giving us a bit of input. But you know, you've done a lot of IMSA as well. But you know, how are you enjoying this Ferrari? Something a little bit different for you this year at Le Mans?
Yeah, it's for sure different. I mean, I've been in prototypes only here at Le Mans, so getting a feel for what they go through when we pass them in the prototype. Now I'm getting passed by the prototype, so it's kind of a different feel, and I start to enjoy it a lot. I mean, there's a good camera system in the car that points arrows where the faster cars are coming, and you really need it. And you also need a lot of cooperation with these guys who are in the prototypes. But at the end of the day, it's fun to be here. I love Le Mans. I love driving in the dark. It's a Ferrari that is working just fine. Been behind it a lot, passing them a lot with a faster prototype, of course. But then driving it myself, you kind of feel what they go through, and it's an amazing car.
Is traffic management a big part of the GT side of Le Mans?
I think it's less than in a prototype. So when you're in a prototype, you pass a lot of people. You never know when they kind of pop up these GTs, you know. So in this case, you're getting passed on the straights a lot, and then before the corner, with the GT, you actually brake very late. So the prototypes, they know that, so they don't really dive bomb you because that you got to touch. So they really pass you on the straights only. The only time when the prototype is a lot faster and passes us in a GT on a bad spot, I would say, is in the Porsche curves when they fly by. So they're so much faster there than us. But yeah, it's working just fine. I can't wait to get this race undergoing and then take it from there.
Very best of luck. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll leave the world feed and go straight over to Josh, who's got some information with some cameras for us. Josh.
Yes, this is a 2-minute and 10-second video. Please note that when I turn the volume on, it might need to be turned down.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
It's louder. Right. I'm going to disappear.
All right.
There we go. And I'm going to do that.
So is this a night run at Le Mans?
Yep. And I think if you talk, it might do an echo. So hopefully not.
Okay, let's go.
Okay,
let's go.
So in some respects, that might not have been so bad. Launch.
I'll have to turn the volume down because it's got some team radio on as well. But this then, the look at Le Mans at the back there on the circuit, looks absolutely fantastic. This is down the back of the Mulsanne Straight then, coming into the Daytona chicane. Look at that, glistening through the two as well. It's quite hard to tell them apart. And so we're going to be saved right now because we're going to have the hourly update from Radio Le Mans.
Started with Hypercar the last time around, so let's start with the GTE AM class this time. It is the 77 Dempsey Proton Racing Porsche of Sebastian Priest leading the way there, 3 minutes 55 seconds, .067, 2/10 behind its teammate Max Root in the 88, again, Dempsey Proton Racing Porsche. It's Hardpoint Motorsport in third for that class. Martin Rump, the Estonian driver at the wheel of that Porsche at the moment, was just knocked down to fourth because Kessel Racing's Mikkel Jensen has taken that Ferrari into third and is now within 4/10 of the fastest time of the session. In fifth, it is another Porsche for GR Racing. It was Ben Barker who last drove that car. In the GTE Pro category, it is still Corvette Racing leading the way. Nick Katzberg last at the wheel of the 63, ahead of Tommy Milner, who is out on track in the other Chevrolet Corvette C8R. That would be car number 64. Then come the two Porsches. 91, currently driven by Fred Makovecki, is third, and fourth is the 92, Michael Christensen, on an outlap right now. In fifth, it is the 52 Ferrari of Davide Rigon, and as not to leave out the last car in the class that has turned a lap so far this evening, the 51 Alessandro Perguidi. In LMP2 world, it is United Autosports USA. Alexander Lynn once again piloting the 23. He is still faster than Joop van Uitrecht in the 65 Panis Racing entry. In third position is the 28 Joda machine, now being driven by Ed Jones, ahead of the other United Autosports USA entry, Phil Hansen, last at the wheel of that. That car is in the pit lane. And rounding out the top five is Ricky Taylor for Cool Racing, car number 37. In the hypercar category, Kamoy Kobayashi was the guy who was last driving the number 7 machine. That car shown as in the pits. Don't know if it'll be him taking it back out or perhaps Mike Conway, who I think is the only other driver we haven't yet seen at the wheel of that car tonight. The sister car, the number 8, is second fastest, the fastest time, a 328.322. Sister car was just under 4/10 off that pace. In third, it is Richard Westbrook in the Glickenhaus, number 709. It was wheeled back in the garage a few moments ago, and now taking it out on the circuit, Frank Mailloux. So, Westy sharing his toys. It is the Alpine in fourth position. Matthew Vaxvier behind the wheel of that car now, and rounding out the hypercar class, we have the 708 Glickenhaus. It is Pipo Durrani who's out there turning laps right now. And that was your Valkyrie AI update.
Oh, it's nice to hear from Haggerty Radio Le Mans. Now, Ed's put some things in the group chat as well. Oh, Josh has disappeared with another lap, so we'll go back to him in a sec. Let's take a look then at Ed, as he has written for us as well. Get in touch, by the way, at JoshuaButch99 on Twitter and on Instagram as well. Ed says, I should also say that Liam Rance now leads the EERC Push Touring Car Drivers' Championship, now 71 points. Alessio Valentine, our other driver, is third on 66. And we have an increased lead in the team's standings. Yes! Into the swimming pool we go after that win. Yes! Victory! First year, victory. Ed, brilliant. Brilliant! We've got 1-3 in the standings and we're leading the constructors. That's in the ERC Championship, by the way. So, brilliant. Josh, let's get back to you. You've got that video, but we can't play the sounds and the commentaries on it. But let's take a look.
Yeah, is on it, but you could do a talkover, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look at it then as they come through then.
I will not play the sound then. I've rewinded it a couple of seconds back, so let's just... And I've also got another photo after this. Here we go.
Cool. You may as well keep your camera on, your mic on, so we can take a look. So this is down then at the back straight away. On the Mulsanne Straight, coming in, I think, to we've just gone past Daytona, so this is into the Michelin Chicane. Wonderful
It is.
off-board. And look at that.
LMP2, by the way.
Right, this is what I love about Le Mans. It's just the absolute darkness that surrounds the circuit, and then you just get pitch black and two little headlights flash out as well. It's just magical, isn't it? What's your thoughts looking at it here?
I absolutely love it.
Look at it, it's beautiful.
I really do.
Top of the hill, straight down towards, we just exited Mulsanne, haven't we? So this is coming into Mulsanne.
Yeah.
Heavy on the brakes, flicking. It's the 22 United Autosports car then. Flicks back onto the back, nearly all four wheels off the track. Eduardo Freitas won't like that as it comes back through. But yeah, this was a couple of laps ago. Then there's put on their Twitter. This was the night runs beginning, wasn't it? From what we saw out there. And just look at that. No other cars around it. Solo on the track. Only headlights illuminating the way. Just absolutely beautiful scenes here at Le Mans as they swing by. 23 minutes to go this session as well. And this is Indianapolis. Really tight through Indianapolis. Then into Arnage as well, where we often see quite a lot of accidents.
Oh, slide there.
Yeah. The barrier comes up quite quickly, doesn't it? Just at the exit. So I thought we were going to see an accident. Is that the end? Oh, well.
Let's just go back and have another look at that slide.
Sure thing. I'll take a look at that slide then as well. I want to see, did it get close? How close did it get into that barrier coming out of Arnage? You see, kicks out the back, and he was, I think, millimetres away, wasn't he, from that wall? Millimetres.
Yeah. So now...
Yeah, that was shocking. Oh, you've got a photo, haven't you?
Boom.
Yeah, you've got a photo, haven't you, to show us? There we go. Oh, what a shot. Night Le Mans shoots are brilliant.
Many wallpaper opportunities, but I think I'm staying with the one I have now.
If you are a motorsport fan and you enjoy different backgrounds on as many computer devices, iPads, whatever you have, now is the right time to come through and go do it as well and take through. Now, we're also being told that there's a tweet that's just been sent out that I want to read out as well. This is from Zoe Charlotte on Twitter. I'm going to come up to the main camera because this is quite important I want to read out. I have retweeted it just now as well and loved it because it came up. From Zoe Charlotte, which is at PartyCD, she writes... this was to Radio Le Mans. She says, "Hi, Radio Le Mans. I thought you would like to hear what my friend's 12-year-old daughter, Jazz, is going to do for the 24 Hours Le Mans. She's going to make a donation to 5 charities that are close to her heart based on the total number of laps the overall winning car does and the Iron Dames does. Ferrari, the Sophia Flörsch number 47 car, and the 44 car, the number 1 Richard Mille car complete. So lots of love. So basically... the overall winning car, the number of laps they do. Then overall as well, the number of laps the Iron Dames does in the Ferrari, and how many laps Sophia Flörsch does, and how many laps the number 1 Richard Mille does. That is absolutely fantastic as well. And I think there's another tweet coming through. That is fantastic. So good on her. That's a mega respect there as well for the overall lead laps to donate some money to 5 charities close to your heart. That is a brilliant, brilliant reason as well to get involved with Le Mans. And that's what I like about Le Mans. People make it into different things as well, don't they, Josh? They sort of just... They jump on the bandwagon. I know people who have 24-hour parties as well. Just literally... I know a lot of motorsport fans who have a party on Saturday at 3 o'clock and it finishes Sunday at 3 o'clock. They party throughout the night. Absolutely brilliant. And is that tweet? Yeah, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. There's the tweet then. Oh, it's a bit muffled, but this... actually, that doesn't really work. That's unfortunate. It's a bit muffled. Let's see if I can sharpen it up a bit. The admin team having a go at me. Don't have a go at me, admin team. I'm putting on a sharpener as well to try and fix it. Close it out. No, it hasn't worked. Okay. That's a shame. But, yeah, that's a shame.
It is what it is.
But yeah, brilliant donation there as well. Great idea. And yeah, people have 24-hour parties and literally the booze keeps on coming. They play games. They watch the race in the background. They have bets. They play cards. It is a fantastic one as well. Proper nightclub. I think I'd like to do that. If I wasn't commentating, I'd go and do a party with it. For sure.
Yeah.
It's just too much fun. What's your plan then for Le Mans? Because I know you're doing the Brands Hatch stuff. How are you going to be keeping an eye on it?
I am probably going to watch the first 5 hours. go to sleep, wake up, go to Bandsat. So I'll probably only catch the first 5 hours, 6 hours.
Anything on your phone that you're going to keep an eye on? Like time?
Yeah,
Yeah. Best way. If it's a long, long race, but I know quite a lot of people do me.
Come on.
Oh yeah, we'll have you on. Yeah. Hello Ed. I know you're here. I was actually going to send you a text message tomorrow saying, "Are you alright to cover 2 hours when me and Megan? When me and Ian Birch do Azerbaijan, can you go on with Megan and do a couple of hours while we're there?" So I know you're watching. I'm going to text you about that mainly tomorrow with what times you're free around as well, because this weekend is so busy. It is terribly busy for everybody as well. 24 hours really does kill us. And thank God there's no MotoGP, which was the case a couple of years ago. The Catalan Grand Prix had to be done on a Monday, which was not good as it comes back through. I'll say it was done on a Monday. It was actually done on a Wednesday that year. That was before we had MotoGP Live. I think the last time we did that was 2019. Yes, 2019. Last time it was in June, actually, because it was the Catalan Grand Prix the same weekend. Which was good news. 18 minutes to go then until we can all go to bed is what everybody is thinking who does Le Mans as well. We won't be thinking that on Saturday though, because we'll have to go through the night and into the morning as well. Loads of coffee on standby, loads of drinks as well, water, food, everything. And also a sensible wardrobe choice, because as I found out, shorts and a t-shirt at this time of night, even though it's quite cool and warm, it's not a good idea. Duncan Vincent is down in the pit lane on the world feed.
Yeah, well, I was just walking back up from Toyota, and this Prio quickly got wheeled into the garage on the dollies. Now, I was told that they just stopped for a little ring adjustment on the back, but when they were doing that, they heard a rattle from inside the engine bay or engine. I'm not 100% sure. It's more of a distraction than anything, so they want to try and fix that rather than say about. Obviously, they also want to make sure it's nothing more sinister.
Yeah, absolutely right. You can't be sending cars out where you're not entirely sure that everything's A-OK. There was a little bit of an issue for the Toyota.
Oh, was that? Yeah.
See, they're changing the steering wheel.
Yeah, steering wheel changeover on the number 8 car, and it had to get restarted, and it doesn't look like it was managing on time. They had to change the wheel twice, Josh.
Yeah. I cannot get away from Duncan Vincent. I really can't.
Why?
Lead commentator at Knock Hill.
Oh, yes,
took over lead commentator for British Superbikes when Fred Clark retired after an incredible 52 years in the commentary box.
That is insane. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, so I hear Duncan Vincent every single time I listen to British Superbikes, so yeah. I can't get away from him. It's good.
He's everywhere.
I don't know if you saw. I think you were on the battle screen, but you could see I was generally shocked that Duncan was out there. But of course he does Eurosport.
Yeah, is that why your face went like that?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought so. Yeah. Eurosport this year, by the way, what we found out is Eurosport usually produce their own coverage on the world feed for this event, but this year, WEC.
That's Formula One.
WEC have taken over the Eurosport UK commentary after last year. Everybody complained, and I think Ed, you were as well voicing your concerns last year as well as I was as well with the quality of the commentary. It was quite unfair on Jake Sanson as well last year, who led the commentary and got a lot of negative criticism when it wasn't him. It was the elder members of the Eurosport team as well who got quite a lot of the negative opinions on. So this year it has changed to the World Feed commentary team, but for this race only, Eurosport and the World Feed have teamed up together to produce the UK coverage. So that is why you're hearing Duncan in the pits. The Eurosport are making its way over there as well. So it's just a nice little collab between them. And there's Patrick Dempsey with his cap on. Looking at the back of Michael Fassbender as well, the 93 car. I think he's waiting to say hello to him as well. He's actually got out of the way. There he is. So Michael Fassbender with the camera there. No stranger there. I think he was just being checked on by Patrick Dempsey, which is great news. And that's the love and respect of fellow actors as well and fellow racing drivers they like to share between each other. Nicely done there, I think. You've got some photos for us, I believe, Josh.
Yes, I have. I've got 5, actually.
Oh, go on then.
So, this is the number 63 out on track.
The admin team are saying, should we call this Players' Corner? I'm down for that if you are.
And then we have Birch's Bible.
Yeah, Birch's Bible, the playbook. That's yours at the end of the day when you're on the grid Grand Review. Grand Prix review. Grand Review is another podcast that's disappeared at the moment. I've copyrighted that name, which is quite good. Yeah. Go on, because it was a great name. I didn't even come up with it. David came up with it. Anyway, back to you, Josh.
Yeah, so number 63, I believe that is the...
It's the Corvette.
Yep. Currently leading LMGTE Pro.
Yeah,
here is number 63 Pit Crew. Just had enough of the day. Oh, it might be a good idea if I check my camera off. There we go, so you can see it.
Yeah, good night Vienna for there, isn't it?
Yep. Number 91.
Porsche GT team as well. Jimmy Bruni, Richard Lietz, and Frederick Mausweski out there as well.
I think that's down the back straight.
Yeah,
maybe.
that looks like it's on the way into the Curve Michelin as well, rather than the first chicane. It's further down the track, isn't it? Judging by that greenery.
And then if we... this is number 38. I
Jolter.
Love
38 Jolter as well, with Antonio Fizz-Costa, Roberto Gonzalez, and Will Stevens at the wheel. So that's the 38 Jolter. Go on.
That is quite a nice photo.
It's I like. Tell you what, though, Josh. As someone who uses timing 71, look at the wheel arches. Doesn't that remind you of the logo starting up for timing 71?
Just
Yeah, it looks. Get it up. Get timing 71 up to launch something.
And it's come up with TSO timing. It's not British Superbikes or touring cars. It's that one a bit later.
Well, if you've got the WEC still open, can't you just hit timing 71? It'll show the logo.
I just pressed the wrong button. There we go.
There you go. Yeah, timing 71 did that. It looked like that. I'll try and show it at some point in the future. But yeah, the loading screen does look quite similar to that brake disc. Right. As it comes through, 12 minutes to go.
I'm working on it.
Okay, Josh is working in the background. Looks like the 91 Porsche, who's running third in the GT Pro category, is going to have a pit stop change as well before they get going. As 12 minutes to go, we're going to head down to the pit lane shortly as well, I believe, for the last time from Radio Le Mans ever so shortly. But it may be 10 to 11 here in the UK, but over there in France, it's 10 to 12 as well, as they take over the end of the night. As we go into Friday, the only running that happens on Friday with these cars as well takes part in 5 minutes. The 12:00 to 12:05, the car's coming back into the pit lane. Tomorrow, you can join us for Formula One for the practice sessions from Azerbaijan. Their streams will be up in the morning. As well, 12 p.m. you can join us for free practice 1 and free practice 2. In free practice 3, I'll be with you once again. Megan and Ian Birch will take you through qualifying, and then I'll be back with Ian Birch for the race itself on Sunday, while Megan takes you through the 2-hour gap of that race as well for the World Endurance Championships. I'll be doing 21 of the 24 hours, but I'm not sleeping. I'm just going to do F1 as well, because that's the time gap we've managed out, is that Megan's going to take over. That's why we've been seeing so much of Megan in the commentary box in the practice sessions, is because she's watching it all, soaking up as much information as she can, and then she'll come in and know what she's talking about more than often, as she'll be taking some of the lead. Although I say lead, she'll be co-leading with whoever her co-commentator is. And whoever the co-com is has to do some very complicated things to watch the same TV pictures as well. It gets complicated, believe me, out there. I think, Josh, you're going to go to you on the camera because you've got that timing 71. There it is. Yeah, look how similar they look. That is amazingly similar. Do you reckon that's where the timing 71 operators got it from?
Maybe. Let's just let me just do.
It does look awfully similar.
I will bring it back in a minute. Don't you worry.
Okay. Well, while you're on that, then let's go to 2. and bring us back into the box. That does look awfully similar, so I like seeing that as well. If you are planning on watching the Le Mans 24-hour race with us, get in touch because we want to hear from you as well, and we want to know exactly how you're going to be watching, what your stream setup is, and we want you to tweet us as well with some images. At Joshua Birch 99 is the link, and if you need it, down there it is. That's on Twitter. And it is on Instagram. I want you to tweet us the link of, send us a photo, and let us know what it is your setup is for the Le Mans 24 hours. I want to see. I'll be tweeting my setup for the Le Mans 24 hour. Josh, I'm sure, will tweet his as well during the Saturday when he's on the broadcast.
Oh, you're going to make me make it all tidy now, aren't you?
Well, probably so, yeah. But I want to know what your setup looks like for the Le Mans 24 hours. This is the driver change on the 91 team.
Hashtag JBLM24 setup.
That'll do. Yeah, that'll do. That's a great hashtag. What is it again?
Hashtag JB24 setup.
That'll do. Hashtag JB24 setup. That's how we'll find them on Twitter as well. I want those tweeted and get in touch with us throughout the broadcast of the Le Mans 24 hours. It's going to be a long one.
I put that on the wrong screen. Hang on.
Yeah, that's your screen. I think we're going to head down to the pits in a second anyway. Richard's in the pits.
There we go.
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yep.
Richard, it wouldn't be Le Mans if I didn't have a chat with you. 2 cars into the top 6 for Hyperpole. Tell me, are you guys
car
happy?
stopped the track.
We are happy. We've been pretty competitive every session, whether it's during the night, long runs. We didn't compete for the pole. We were a long way. I think everybody was a long way from Friends, which was a pretty impressive lap that he did. So all credit to them. And but like you say, 2 cars in the top 6. I think we've been promoted to second. So second and 6. Good place to be starting for the 24 hours.
Yeah, Gary will be happy with that. We've got the 61 Ferrari that stopped on the front straight. We'll come back to that in a moment.
Yeah, well, I'm going to shut it off now because, as I'm sure Josh is going to say as well, we've got the 61 Ferrari stopped on the straightaway, and now this is a real headache for race control as to...
I haven't even noticed that.
What they're going to do is... Stop to the slow zone. Yeah, slow zone at 23:53. So in 18 seconds' time. 3, 2, 1. Slow zone now in effect. Slow zone in effect. Now at zone 1. Because they need to get that car back into the pit lane as safe as possible. Josh, you've got that timing graphic 71. Look how similar they are, though, to glowing brake disc and the timing 71. That can't be a coincidence. It has to have been designed like that.
Let's just.
I want to get into. I've got the guy. The timing 71 is on Twitter, and I want to ask him the logo design. Is it that? Is it a brake disc? Is that a glowing brake disc? Quickly answer in the comments, yes or no. Put a Y or an N. Did you reckon that's where the timing 71 guy got the idea from?
I think
that.
So.
I'm saying yes. I think that's where it came from, yeah.
Into there, and if we get top text up and...
That's Josh Pearson's age when he takes the green flag, isn't it? Yeah.
I need to change.
No worries. Slow zone in effect then with 6 minutes to go as they get that 61 Ferrari out of the way, down to the pits.
Remember that car was involved in quite a heavy shunt at the if we're not mistaken, and we didn't think there was maybe too much damage to the top. However, as reported, it has been retubbed and it's being rebuilt. Now, I can't stress how much work this team have done. The engine and gearbox are all in the back. The suspension is on the front corners and the back corners, and they're now starting to put the internals inside the cockpit. This is a huge job, meteoric you could actually say, and they are not hanging about. They know there's a bit of urgency here, but this is a professional team. We know TDS have been around for a while. This car, I'm going to say it's been built a little bit quicker than the Algar Pro car, but still it'll be built to the same spec. Incredible stuff.
Thanks, Duncan. And Josh has got the information that is needed, which is the hashtag JB24 setup. But he's got a... There it is. I think we just came to you at the wrong time because you were showing us an image of one of the cars out on the circuit, weren't you?
I believe this is the number 33.
Zooming in.
Or the 39.
Well, let's just double check, shall we? Trying to have a look. Because it's not the 31, because that's the WRT. It's the Jolter again.
38?
Yeah, it's Jolter again, 38. That same 38 we saw a while ago. That looks, yeah, that looks gorgeous under that.
Car's
the green
being
livery.
towed away now. Hopefully we'll get some photos of that soon.
Yeah, on the straight.
Why is I've asked timing 71 to be removed? And
Yeah, it's still showing us slightly, but still. That's Ferrari now it's going to be brought into the pit lane. So the tow truck is towing it to the right-hand side of the track. It's going to swing it round back into the pit lane and come the opposite way down.
I think.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? That's why we had a slow zone. Do you remember in this practice? It was the same situation out there.
Really confusing me.
It looks okay on my side now, Josh.
No, the hashtag didn't save.
Oh, bizarre. Now they're bringing that Ferrari back the opposite way down the pit lane, which is an interesting one, as they come through. So use the hashtag JB24 setup, isn't it? That's what we went for, isn't it? Yeah, that's what we went for. Josh is writing it on his own screen now, and get in touch with us. Ferrari look okay. I wonder if it's a little... I'm hearing it could be fuel, but it looks like he's got damage on the left fender there towards the front as well. The car's doing a complete alt reset as well, so... definitely some problems there, but the slow zone is going to be removed, and everyone might just get another lap in. It takes 3:50, so if anyone's not across the line now, it's going to be a slow zone lap, I'm afraid. But it depends on where you are on the circuit, I suppose. If you leave the pit lane, then you're sort of good night Vienna. Everywhere else, I would say it's just about okay. 3 minutes then until we can all go to bed and get some very much well-earned sleep after a very long day here at Le Mans. Tomorrow, Formula 1, that takes our mind off things. Green flag is back out, so we are racing here at Le Mans. Tomorrow it will be the Formula 1 Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Saturday morning, we'll have coverage of warm-up for you, as well as the... Formula 2 sprint race. Myself and Cynthia will be in the box for that. And then we'll go into the Le Mans 24-hour session, as well as qualifying for Formula 1. Then it's mainly that before we head back. Formula 2 sprint, in the Formula 2 feature in the morning from Azerbaijan. And down to Duncan.
There was a little bit of a rant or concern from the back of the car.
Yeah, we just did a little wing change with the car, and I went out and I heard some noise from the rear end, so I boxed straight away. I didn't want to damage the car before the 24, so I came back nice and slow. Great few laps there in the dark. It's my first time, so I'm excited for it.
Yeah, but I spoke to Larry Holt, and he said he wanted to keep yourself and Harry sharp. We wanted to find any racing that they're good for you, and this is a very good place for you guys to be.
For sure. I mean, this GTE car is perfect for me right now. I'm learning all the time, and it's just great to learn these tracks. This is a track I've always dreamt about doing, and Larry's right. This is the best car for it, and I'm enjoying it.
It's a busy garage. It's a 3-car team. How does that work out?
Yeah, it's busy. But, obviously got a lot of data to share, and it's great having that team. We can find stuff together, and it's great really working with everyone.
No family this weekend as well, you told me. That's something different, isn't it?
For sure. I love having my family around. Unfortunately, I can't make it this one, but I'd love them to have been here for my first 24 at Le Mans. So, yeah, it's a shame, but, it is what it is. We'll keep working hard, and I'll do the best I can for them back at home.
Great luck, Seb. We're good. Go for it, pal.
Thank you.
Yeah, broken car seems to be going out shortly, doesn't it? As we now return up to the comms box, and not that long to go. Josh, have you got some info for us?
Yes, I have.
Fab. Is this video from Twitter?
20...
Toyota number 8 looks like, doesn't it, out there?
Yeah, number 8 in a pit stop.
Is this the wheel? Is this the steering wheel? That got changed over a while ago. Is it working? There we go.
Yeah, ready?
Yeah. So where's that wheel coming in? There you go. Oh, buffering.
I'm just gonna
20 seconds to go in the session. Don't worry, it always buffers on me as well as it comes through. Can we get let's see if it loads or not. If it does, we'll get ready for it. Tell us if it loads. You can see it alongside me anyway. Checker flag is out then here at Le Mans. The session has concluded and we are done and dusted all the practice done then. How about that? Nobody expected us to do the entire practice, but we've done it as well. So give everyone a round of applause, because guess what? We're halfway there. We're halfway through the weekend already.
Whoa.
2 days down, 2 to go. 24 hours now. Warm up next, followed by 3 parts as well of Le Mans, 8 hours each. So it'll be 2:30 till 12 a.m. Then it'll be 12 a.m. till 8 a.m. and then 8 a.m. until 3:30 on the Sunday. That is the times for all of the Le Mans 24-hour races as well. Myself and Megan Birch will be leading the commentary team, and a plethora of guests will be joining us as well. But before we go, I really want to say, is my Twitter working, Josh? I don't know if it is or not.
I can get it working.
If you can get it working somehow, there's the tweet deck that Josh uses. Good,
if we go over...
That's an impressive tweet deck setup, by the way. That's a lot of Twitter.
This is my Formula 1 side of it.
That's a lot of Twitter to get through.
Come over here, you've got all of the Le Mans side of it. Right, hopefully is it going to work now?
Fingers crossed. Here we go. Right, let's take a look at this video then with this... the number 8 Toyota having a change of wheel. Here we go. So you can just leave it like that. I think that's the best one. As it comes in. Oh, it's buffering. Buffering. Stay with us, caller.
I think it might be better to just do it on TweetDeck, not on Twitter.
Yeah, okay. Well, there you get hold of that then. We might run out of time because we've got a spin up down at the Daytona Chicane. The 44 in LMP2 has come to a strange spin. I reckon if that's actually pulled off the circuit, because it's gone through the two split off, but the ARC Bratislava car has come in. It's turned in through the Daytona Chicane, lost it at the exit when turning to the left, drifted across the track and got off the racing line into the car park section. So the 44 ARC having a spin. And now desperately trying to be told, yeah, don't go too far backwards, don't go to the gravel, that's it, stop. My God, you're going to go to the gravel if you're not careful. That's a heart attack waiting to happen. Josh, you've got the video.
Hey, this is the pit stop one, I believe.
Cool, let's take a look at that. So, hey, we've got working pictures. So, is this the pit stop in full, I believe? Yeah, so watch here, look. So, the steering wheel's going to get taken out. And a brand new one's going to get put in, but they have a problem with it booting up as well. So that usually means it's a control electronics failure of the wheel. So there's a brand new one getting plugged in. Boots up, door shut, and away you go. And that's not just that drivers like different wheels and their own wheels, because that's too long in a pit stop. That is literally the case of there was a failure with that other wheel. Yellow flag has come out on the circuit as well, we're being informed. Due to some problems out on the circuit, down with the 43 of the ARC into the Autopole competition, so we'll keep an eye on that as well. Have you got another one for us, Josh?
That's
Mushroom.
Admins being admins.
Mushrooms going forward as well. We can see them alongside us as well as I go through the top 5 of the results overall then for each team. Okay, so in LMP Hypercar Hybrid, it is the Kamoy Kobayashi, the number 7 Toyota, who's gone fastest at 3:28.322. In LMP2, it's the number 23 United Autosports, Oliver Jarvis at the wheel, gone fastest for them at 3:32.226. Further down in LMGTE Pro, it's the number 63 Corvette Racing, gone fastest, of Nicky Katzberg on a 3:52.710. And in LMGT Am, it's the 77 Dempsey Proton Racing gone fastest. Sebastian Priaulx at the wheel, and it's done a 3:55.067. So that wraps up all the running. Let's say for Mike Conway.
Yeah, still on edge. Front and rear not really working properly. Gonna go on the restart.
Okay.
Okay, so that's just about information on what to do on the restart. Josh, I think you've got a video for us. And let's take a look. It's a GTE on board. Down the back straightaway, down towards the chicane area. Now, this is going to look fantastic. Look at this. at night. A lot more better visibility than it used to be as well. But pitch black, only a few lights, and your powerful headlights nowadays as well. And you're racing at over 200 miles an hour down into a very steep braking zone for the Daytona chicane. In you go, turn 1 to the left, and then a quick flick to the right again, and then you back down on the Mulsanne straight as well. That looked fantastic. Okay, Josh, if you want to pop back up into the Combox cam, we're done for the day. Finally, we can go to bed and get everything sorted. And I would like your opinion on the session we just saw. There you are. Hello. What was your opinion then of FP4? Second night shift done. All of practice complete. It's all eyes to race day now. We're halfway there.
Woohoo!
Who's living on a prayer?
It's been a tired one.
Yeah.
But you've got another 24 hours to do, so enjoy.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
I'll be around.
Well, hopefully, now that we've got the iPads working, we'll see you for practice 2 tomorrow in the pit lane, if you're around. But thanks for today and all your company as well, and thanks to Megan as well. Guests joining us. So that's it then. All of practice complete. We'll be back for Le Mans at warm-up. That is a 15-minute session, I believe, at 9:21 here on Saturday morning. And then we go into the 24-hour race as well. All live here on YouTube with the watch-along. I can't wait. And I'm the one commentating on all of it. That's going to be great. We've got F1 coming up tomorrow, though, so join us for that from Azerbaijan. My thanks to you, Josh. My thanks to Megan for joining me for that today as well. And we'll see you tomorrow for the Formula 1 action. But if you're joining us for Just What Endurance, it's Saturday. Sooner or later, it's race day. Thanks for your company throughout practice. We'll see you for race day. Bye for now.